So after we have our program planned out, we need to put our information in and out of what is called a variable. And variables are a huge part of programming. Basically, you can think of it as a mailbox, or people describe it as a box that you can put anything into and out of. So first we will declare our variables at the top of our function, one for the name and one for the location. So our variables are what are of the type string, and we'll get into variable types in the next lesson, but for now the variable that we'll create is std string, so that's standard string, and we'll just type name. It's going to be for the username, and again make sure that we add the semicolon to everything that we type out, and then we're going to do the same thing for location. So we have two variables, name, location. We can put any word in there, any set of characters, so you can add ABC 1 2 3 in there. You can add John, Jane, whatever. Anything goes in there. You can add 1 2 3 in there, and it won't be in number form, but it'll be in string form. But we'll get into that later. And what we'll do is we will create our code. So go ahead and type with me here. We're going to type in std cout. What's your name? And so the cout, what that does is it outputs your text, or outputs the contents of a variable. It outputs it to the console. It outputs it to standard out is what that does. And it's in this case it's going to output what's your name to standard out. And this operator here just kind of pushes it out. If you can imagine this, these arrows is pushing in the direction of standard out. And again, standard out is just another term for your console. You can think of it as. And this here, standard end L, is to end the line that you are on. So basically is like pressing return on your keyboard. So we're going to ask the user for the name. And to get their name, we are going to use a different function from the standard library. We are going to use cin. And to pull it in from the console, we're going to use the opposite of the less than operator. We're going to use the greater than operator. And that is called the iStream operator. It's going to take the user, whatever they type into your console, and it's going to put it inside this variable name. So whatever they type in, saved here. Alright, so now we are going to take that name that we just took in from the user, and we are going to say it back to them, just to have a little conversation with them through the console. So I'm going to do std cout, and I'm using the ostream operator again, those two less than symbols. And notice how I use that in between each and everything. So I have a little string here that says hi, and then I need to put in the variable, so I put a less than symbol, then the name variable, then the ostream operator again, and then a little phrase just saying nice to meet you. And then I'll put std end L to hit return. Perfect. So that is the gist of how you set up asking for someone's name. Go ahead, if you would, take what I did for you here, and I want you to type out the same for location so you can get some practice on your own. So I jumped ahead to when the program is finished, and if you want, you can pause it or just copy this, whatever you want to do, but it's great to get some practice on your own with doing this sort of thing. This is the basic input and output that you'll use throughout your programming career. It's good to get a little practice with it. So yeah, I'm going to walk you through how to compile it, but this is the overall structure of the program. I wanted to show you a few things about formatting again. If your lines get too long, so say we wrote a nice big response, I want to visit sometime soon. So you see how this code just falls off the end here? Doesn't look great when it comes to, looking at it later on. The computer won't be able to tell the difference if you do something like this right here and just move it to that next line. So this is a great way to make sure everything kind of stays compact. If you break it in the middle of a string here, you'll have to put each one in its own string. So you'll have to put these separate like that. But as long as each one has its own ending operator, out operator, then you'll be fine. So at this point we are ready to run the program and test it for the first time. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. We're going to go up and we are going to save it. You can click on the save up here, or you can hit Command S on your keyboard. Then we are going to build and run it once again. So go ahead and click on build and run. And then this box is going to pop up, as mine did here. And as you can see, it's asking what our name is. Just type in Zach. Nice to meet you. Where you at? Washington. I hear it's nice there. I want to visit sometime soon. Cool. Alright, so if that's what you got, great job. You are ready to move on to the next one. Thank you so much for watching our video today. If it was helpful or you enjoyed it, please like or subscribe.